What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, so apparently Ewan McGregor has to resort to begging for scraps off of Kathleen Kennedy's table at this point when it comes to this Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Look, man, I, like many of you Star Wars fans, wanted to see a solidly built Obi-Wan Kenobi narrative, him and taking care of Luke, maybe fending off some, troubles on Tatooine, getting into like old school adventures, something like a space western, that's what I was looking for, man with no name kind of adventure where Obi-Wan is just, taking care of Luke, going from town to town, kind of squashing all the trouble that's on Tatooine just to make sure that Luke stays safe. That could have been really interesting, but they decided to do something completely different, rewrite the canon in the process. And yeah, this thing was just, a total mess. Absolute total bust. But now he's resorting to this. Can everyone write to Disney? Ewan McGregor still hopes for Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2. Not happening. I doubt it severely. All right. You're going to have to count on your wife to bring in the Star Wars bread. If anybody's bringing in Star Wars bread, it's going to be, his wife, because he's married to the chick that plays Hera in Ahsoka, and I still don't know if that show is even coming out. We still don't know what's going to happen with that. But yeah, iconic Star Wars actor Ewan McGregor is still hoping for Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 at some point in the future, and he's definitely not alone. Yeah, that was the bad part too, is that you had an actor that was like age appropriate to play an Obi-Wan Kenobi at this point in his lifetime. He looks the part. He was already playing Obi-Wan, obviously, in the prequels. I mean, it was just a perfect match. How did Lucasfilm manage to screw up another thing? All right. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, but now he's out here begging and pleading for the fans to write in. Can you guys write some letters and tell them I want my job back? And it's like, look, Lucasfilm don't listen to the fans anyway. We've been telling them for a long time what they should be doing with Star Wars. They don't listen to the fans, so they probably wouldn't listen even if you did write in. They probably greenlight a Reva series in its place. Oh, yeah, let's give him Reva. Oh, you want Obi-Wan Kenobi? We about to give you Reva. That's what you're getting, It's absolutely hilarious. But let's go ahead and check out and see what he got to say. Ewan McGregor expressed his desire for Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 and encouraged fans to write to Disney to make it happen. It's unclear if a second season will happen, as Lucasfilm is currently focused on theatrical releases and other streaming shows set in different timelines. If Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 does happen, it may be a few years away. There are still more stories to be told during Kenobi's exile, especially following his reconnection with the Force. Yeah, I mean, that's true. You could definitely do a lot more with Obi-Wan Kenobi. But does anybody want to watch that? And right now, the way that Lucasfilm is and the status of this company, they can't really be interested in trying to dive back into yet another series, that didn't perform well on Disney Plus in the first place. Like, you guys remember how this thing did. Yeah, this is what we're looking at, okay? 82% on the tomato meter, good but not great. But then you got the audience score, 62%. And then a lot of ratings to go with this 62%. So a lot of people weighed in on this thing, and it is barely passing the grade. All right. This is like a C- in school, like this 62%, in comparison to Rotten Tomatoes. That's basically where this thing is. So you got to figure I don't think Disney is really looking at this right now. I mean, if you read some of these ratings, yeah, like when you scroll through here, you see some decent ratings, okay? Don't get it twisted. There are some decent ratings on this thing, but a lot of these are just 1 stars, 2 stars, no stars, half stars. Like, that's what we're talking about. Like, plot holes and disappointment are all that's due to people who have not already seen this poor product, right? That's what a lot of people are saying. No words. The worst Star Wars thing since the holiday special. Never mind, that's actually more watchable than Kenobi. That's brutal right there. Just call it the Reva show. Yeah. Just horrible. Disney destroys everything. 1,000%. Genuinely disappointing. Overall, the story felt a bit weak and dragged out. If you compare this to something like The Mandalorian, it gets 1 star. But if you take it at face value, it's slightly better. A few cool moments for Darth Vader, but generally underwhelming. Such a shame, as I wanted it to be good. That's a lot of people, right? We all just wanted it to be good. It's just too dumb. Made about 3 episodes in and decided life is too short. He said, I can't do this, man. Life's short. I got to get out there and touch grass. One of the worst shows we've ever seen. Shame. George could have knocked out a better script in a long weekend with some beer and pizza. Deborah needs to never touch Star Wars. Never, ever, ever again. Wow. This show is bad, insultingly bad at times, so on and so forth. Like, this is the overwhelming sentiment. when it comes to this. Yeah, you're going to see, people crying, I can't believe how many man-childs there are in the Star Wars fandom that think that mildly entitlement, I guess, is bad. Entertainment is bad or whatever he's saying, because they want everything to be perfect. Why am I saying this? Well, I know the show has some silly moments. Like, stop right there. It doesn't just have some silly moments. It has canon-breaking moments. It has unbelievably dumb moments. It has there's just so much ridiculous nonsense in Obi-Wan. And the fact of the matter is, it could have been great. Like I said, if you just make it just a simple Western, you don't have to go super intergalactic and start dragging, Obi-Wan all over the galaxy when he's supposed to be on Tatooine, watching over Luke. Like what happened when you was gone, man? Like Luke could have got popped just like that. So yeah, that's the biggest issue. Another thing is the viewership had absolutely dropped over the course of the series. Yeah, you can see the Samba TV numbers. 2.14 million households watched the premiere of Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus in its first 4 days. That's not bad. Definitely better than a lot of this Marvel crap that we saw. Did pretty solid first 4 days, right? Now check this. Yeah, and then the season finale, right? 1.8 million households watched it in its first 5 days of streaming. So you see, they tacked on an extra day and they still couldn't get back to the 2.1. That means this thing lost a severe amount of viewership. People checked out. People didn't come to see how this thing even ended. It's kind of like that guy that said, yo, life is too short. I'm not going to finish this thing. I'll get around to it maybe somewhere down the line. But, again, these are the numbers that matter when it comes to, hey, are we going to make another one of these? Are we going to finish this thing up? Are we going to try another season? What are we going to do? Is there, is this a bankable, story that we have where we're going to get a lot of bang for our buck if we go ahead and throw in another $150, $200 million, whatever it costs them to produce this series? You got to start thinking about that, Ewan. And the reality is, it's like they said, nah, it's not worth it. Based on those ratings, all right, 62% on Rotten Tomatoes audience score, not good. That's not a good rating score. And then as the declining interest, the diminishing returns hit, nah, I'm not bothering with it. Even Kathleen Kennedy is not that stupid. But I guarantee you, she's thinking about a Reva movie right now or a Reva show. She's probably thinking about a Reva movie or show as we speak. That's ridiculous. Yeah, and here's the quote right here. There was originally going to be a movie, and I've often thought, should it have been a movie? But I kind of think it's great that they did it that way, and it's a longer story, and hopefully it's more satisfying as a result. We've got more time to weave a story. Let's hope they do another. Can everyone write to Disney? I need a job. That Star Wars money is pretty good. I need a job. Can everybody get out there? I'll give you the email address. Go ahead and hit Kennedy up. Talk to Kathleen and see if she's interested in doing another one of these joints. She's not. Kathleen is up to her ears right now in trouble, in lawsuits, and everything else. Wrong time to ask for this. Maybe a year ago when things wasn't as bad and then, Ahsoka hadn't quite hit yet, it was before Celebration, right? Before Celebration, things were still kind of like, we really don't know what Mando season 3 is like. We're ready for that. Last year, this time would have been a good time to start talking about this. But now, oh, no. No, sir. No, sir. It has gotten absolutely ridiculously bad over there at Lucasfilm. There's no chance in the world that an Obi-Wan series gets greenlit now. Reva, you're talking now. So maybe you should be out there cheering for a Reva series. Please don't. I'm just joking, okay? Please don't do that. They throw Ewan McGregor in there as a Reva sidekick or something. Can you imagine that, man? Obi-Wan is Reva's sidekick. Ah, shit, I shouldn't have said it, man. Now somebody over at Lucasfilm. Oh, what an amazing idea. DEI in the house. Let's get it, baby. But I'm just joking, you guys. I think that right now, you just got to let a lot of Star Wars rest. I wouldn't do any more projects until we figure out what the hell we're going to do and trying to get this ship back on track. They're talking about the Mando and Grogu situation. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. That's coming out 2 years and 3 months from now. And so you're talking about a franchise that might damn near be dead at that point. It needs to get back in theaters in the worst way. And I thought they were going to try to push it for like a December of 25 release. So it's like, okay, we got a year and some change to go. But nah, they're going to push it all the way to May of 2026. Bad move, Disney. You know, bad move all the way around. But you guys let me know what you think about this situation. I don't think there's a chance in the world that Ewan McGregor and his begging is going to make any difference at all, you know, when it comes to Obi-Wan. I think they're done with Obi-Wan, and they need to be done. They need to be done with this entire part of Star Wars, you know. The original trilogy era, the prequel trilogy era, put a pin, put a bow, put whatever you want to put in it. Just be done with it. Go 200 years into the future, get away from this, and get some creative people in there that can weave a new Star Wars era for the next generation. That's what you need to do. Stop playing around in the past. I know that's sacrilege to some of y'all, but I think that's the only thing you can do at this point to save Star Wars. Preserve what you have, you know. Stop screwing up, you know, the Luke Skywalker era. Stop screwing all of that up and just get out of this era and get out of this part of the galaxy and go somewhere else and start telling some new stories. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.